For LVM practice, we need two hard disks. So here, as we can see, we have attached two hard disks. In the last class, we have attached the two hard disks of 10 GB is available here. Okay. Now let us boot. If it is not attached, then we need to attach it. Then deattach the hard disk and then open. It crashed. So sometime in this virtual environment, it happens when you are going to add a new hardware, and then if it is not properly supported, then it will crash. You have done the same thing what I have done. Update. Start the new. So here for this LVM, we have to log in with the root. LVM, I think I have shared already document on that day or not. Only for creating and managing partitions. LVM ACL, two things are there, na? Okay. LVM, logical volume manager. So why we create a logical volume manager? What is the advantage of using LVM? We have already learned how to create partition. If our space is full, we will attach another hard disk. We'll create partition and then we will use it to store the data. Then what is the advantage of using LVM? So if you see, there are some problems in the partition, normal partition. What problem we have? If suppose third shift, okay, and insert shift. So this is a folder and this is a complete partition. Let me remove the color. Okay. Now insert shifts online. Suppose I have created a partition here of 10 GB. So the partition size is of 10 GB. This 10 GB partition I have mapped with this folder. Last class we have done same, right? This folder we mapped with the partition or mounted with the partition. So we put data in this folder and it is stored in that partition. Correct. Suppose after some time when this space is full, in normal partition what you do? You are going to create one more partition when this space is full. So when you are going to create one more partition, then what happens? You cannot mount the second partition on the same folder. Correct. So what you have to do? You have to create one more folder and you have to mount it on that folder. Understood? This is a normal approach, what we have learned in the last class. Now see the problem here. The problem is if this folder is a server database, if this folder is a server database, then you need to change the path. Some of the data of server is stored here, some is stored here. So how you will do? How you will switch the folders in the database path every time. So first you will switch the path here, you will search. Then again you will switch the path and search. Is it practically possible? It's not possible. Every time changing the database path. So that is why we have a solution of LVM. So what is the advantage of using LVM? What LVM says is if you have disk full, okay, suppose this disk is full, we can extend the size without changing mount point and without any data loss. Understood? We can extend the size without change in mount point and without any data loss. Plus, suppose earlier I have given 100 GB and this 100 GB is unused in this partition. I want to take out some of the space and give it to some other partition. That is also possible. We can shrink it. Understood the concept of LVM? No? Ah. See what happens. Normally you have created one partition. You mounted it in one folder. Now this disk is full. This partition is full. So what solution you have? No, no. General. Leave LVM. In general, you will create one more partition. And again, you will mount it on another folder. So when you will search in this folder, sometime you will search in that folder for the data. If this folder is a server database folder, then every time in the server path you have to go and change. And practically it's not possible. So the solution here is LVM, where you don't need to change the mount point. Just if you need extend the size, and if this much size is unused, then shrink the size and take the space and create another partition. So in this case you will see there is no need to change the mount point and there is a no data loss. Clear? Rebooted? Rebooting. That was the reason it was creating problem. Okay. So for this LVM, it is used to manage logical volumes, okay, created in Linux. We can combine multiple hard disks and create a volume group. We can create LVM in a single hard disk also. Okay. Create a volume group and then from the volume group we can create logical volume. For example, we have taken two hard disks of 10 GB. Okay. So we will combine this both. So now it will become 20 GB. We'll create a volume group of 20 GB. Now from this 20 GB, we can create logical volumes to store the data. And that logical volume can be extended and reduced in size whenever it is needed. Okay, without any change in mount point or data loss. So here there are some terms. Physical volume means hard disk, volume group means group of hard disk, logical volume means partition to store the data. If you have to define LVM in interview, you have to say LVM is a utility using which we can create a volume with group of hard disk which can be reduced or extended in size, or instead of which you can write that also, that can be reduced or extended in size. Okay. Now, how to perform this practical? So you see, add two hard disk, log in with root user, fdisk minus L to see the name. So here fdisk minus L, we can see the disk name. We have SDB and SDC of 10 GB. Okay, just to see the disk name. Once it is done, then pv create slash dev slash sdb. Okay, pv create dev sdb to create physical volume. As earlier we have done partitioning, formatting on this hard disk. So it is saying there are some signatures available on it. Do you want to clean it? Yes. SDC. So there here we have not created any partition, so it's not giving that messages. So what we have done? First we have converted it in physical volume. Then we will combine both. So if you want to see the physical volume, we have PV display. So with the PV display, here you can see output device SDA2. Sorry, this is of device SDB and device SDC, and both are of 10 GB. Is it clear till here? Any confusion? Now, to create a volume group, we have command vg create volume group. Name of the volume, I am giving my vg, my volume group. What you want to combine? I want to combine SD, B and C. Okay, create. Clear? If you want to see, for that we have command vg display. So here you can see the volume group name is my vg. Okay, and the size of my vg is 19.99 GB. Current PV physical volume is 2, actual physical volume is 2. Okay. Current logical volume is 0. We have not created any logical volume. Now it's time to create logical volume. So for that we have command LV create minus capital L. What size of volume you want to create? I want to create 4 GB volume. And what name you want to give? I want to give name movies. I will store movies in this volume. Any name we can give. From where? From my volume group. So logical volume movie is created. Is it clear? So LV create is a command minus L then size N for name and the group name from where it has to create. Now, once we have created logical volume, when you use command LV display, you can see the logical volume name movies is available. Here you see movies logical volume is of size 4 GB. What next? So after this same procedure, how you follow after creating partition. Once you do partition, there we update to kernel. Here no need to update kernel. Here next what we need to do is format it slash dev slash my volume group slash logical volume name. So this is the way how you have to write. And to mount it, mount slash dev slash my volume group slash volume name movies. I am going to mount on MNT temporary mounted. Disk free H slash MNT. How much is the size? 3.9 GB. Temporary mounting I am doing. For permanent, we have to write in fs tab file. Okay. Now, no problem. You can try. But complete it proper update. Once it is done, then again go to check for update. Check it should show window is up to date, and then you try install. If it is creating problem, uninstall this VM box, reboot your Linux, and then reinstall it. It will work. And get added in the WhatsApp group. Ask them to create. Okay. So now we have already mounted. We will go and store some files. Okay. So you see here we have the file joy. Now what I am going to do is extend the size. Earlier it is 4 GB. Now I'll make it 8 GB, 9 GB, whatever we want. To extend the size, you have to use command LV extend. Okay. How much size? As you are extending, so you have to give plus that much. If you don't give like that, then it will make exact that much. For example, if you write only 10G, so it will convert in 10G directly, including the existing space. But if you put plus, suppose 5G means it is going to add 5 GB extra in that volume. And if you write only 5G, so 4 GB is already there. So now your partition will become 5 GB, means it will add only 1 GB. So that is the difference when you are going to give the value. Then slash device slash my volume group slash. You see now it is changed to 4 to 9. Clear? If you use LV display, you can see now the size is how much? 9 GB. Clear? This is the name and this is the size 9 GB. Let us verify whether data is there or it's not there. Any harm to data? It's not affecting data. Mount point also not changed. Understood? Now we are going to reduce the size. So what we will do? LV reduce. How much you want to reduce? I want to reduce 6 GB. It may destroy your data. Now my partition size is 3 GB. You see, movies of 3 GB. Let us say data destroyed. Got it? Any confusion in LVM? So I've created only one. We can create more than one similarly. Okay. Now, uh, lost plus found, this folder will be created in every partition, whether it is in Windows or in Linux. Every partition will have. In Windows, we are not able to see because of graphical environment. Okay, but in Linux, it's a command line here. That's why we are able to see. If you see in Windows also in command line environment, you will be able to see that folder. Huh? Some type of data is stored to recover, but I've not checked exactly what it contains. See, basically, file system when it is going to have any problem, it crash. On that time, it can be recovered from here. Not any file system. Okay. So when we are going to format it, then that rack and type of things are created. Na? So that information is stored in lost. So that can be recovered from here. Okay. So as of now, we have seen how to create logical volumes and how to mount it, how to store the data. If you want to create more than one, we can create more than one logical volumes if we have a space in group, volume group. Okay. So now let us see the next, that is how to do the permanent mounting of it. For permanent mounting, we will do etc fs tab entry, how we have done there. In our partition, just go in the last line and slash dev slash my volume group slash movies, where you want to mount. I want to mount on data folder, file system ext4, defaults. Understood? So how we have done there? Similarly, only the partition name will change here. And then mount space minus a, and so on. Now we are going to see how to remove these partitions and everything. For that, first thing is we have to unmount it. Slash dev slash my volume group slash movies. If you check whether it is mounted anywhere, no. The last we can see. If you are not able to understand this, mount a space piping grep volume removals. It's not everywhere. Clear? Then the next, in the order how we have created, in the same way we are going to delete. Means last we will delete first. Then. So LV remove is the command to delete logical volume slash dev slash my volume group slash movies. Yes, deleted. LV display. So here you can see this one is root partition. Okay, 17 GB, and this one is the swap partition of 2 GB, but other partitions are not there. These two are the system partitions. Now VG remove, to remove the volume group, my volume group. So if you use command VG display, it's not there, correct? My VG. Now the last is to remove physical volume. So PV remove slash dev slash SDB and then SD. Clear? Any confusion? We have unmounted no already. What we have done first? Unmount, cross verified, then removed logical volume, then removed volume group, then removed physical volume. Okay. Next here is if you use PV display, nothing remains. Everything is deleted. So any confusion in LVM? Practice. Then also if you have any confusion. Now moving to the next, that is ACL. So what is the use of that access control list? The ACL is very easier to understand if you understood this permission topic very well. If you didn't understand, then there is a problem. For example, let me show you. I have some users here, tel minus 5 etc. So we have user Tanveer and Amar. Okay, AMR I have written by mistake. So let me log in with these two users. SU Tanveer, SU Amar. Okay, so this is Amar, this is Tanveer. Okay, and this is the root user. So what is the advantage of using access control list? So that we'll discuss later. First, come to the scenario. There is a one common folder. On this, I have given full control. Understood? So if you see the permission now, other can read. Understood? Now other cannot read. Correct? But I want there is a one person Amar. Only Amar can read. Understood my objective? So no one can read my file except my group members. But one person Amar is a special or you can say additional permission I want to give to some user, to additional user. So how we can do? So do we have any solution here in this CH mode to give permission to Amar? Only Amar. Hmm? Do we have what I should do that Amar can only read? Where? Tell me. I have to add Amar in the group. But wherever that group have permission, Amar will also have. Correct? So whatever file I create, folder create, everything Amar can access. But I want to know. Only this file Amar can read. So tell me the solution. No solution, right? Either I have to give for all other or I have to give add him in group. This is only two way, right? The third way is ACL. Used to give permission to a specific user or group on any file or folder. Understood? So now this Amar will access. How Amar will access? You see. Set FACL, set file access list minus M to modify user I am giving. So you, if I am giving one more group. So here we don't have option to add one more group in CH mode, but here we have option. I want to give a permission to sales group. Multiple users are there. So you colon, the name is Amar. What I want to give? Read permission only. If you want to give write also, then write like this. I want to give only read. On the file, understood? Huh? Tanvir, who is the owner of Delhi file? Owner can change permission. Owner or no? Understood? Any change here? Hmm? Any change you can see here? Plus, apart from this owner group other, plus someone is there. Understood? And there is a one command get FSCL to see access list details. And if you have not applied access list also, you can use get FSCL. So what it will show? What is the file name? Who is the owner? Which group is having access? User means owner have this access. Then additional user Amar is having this access. Understood? Let me show you with the group. For group, I have to create one. Uh, Group add cells. I want to give permission to group also. Those who are the member of group can access. G colon cells. Can you see it here? It doesn't mean there will be two plus. There will be only one plus, not two times. Plus means additionally permissions are there. So I hope now it's clear. Advantage of using ACL. Not one. One is different. That is the file count. Plus will be there. That's it. No. By user add hurry. Two users. Both names are here. So this one is not ACL one. This one is either file or folder. Sorry, not it will not show here. It will show you there. For all the file, you remember one folder, two. That one is there. So I hope now you understood the use of what? I want to remove ACL. Means user I want to remove. What is the command? X. But keep in mind, don't give permission. X u colon user. Hurry, Amar, cells. But it doesn't mean that plus will go. Once you have modified ACL, plus will be there. Understood? So this is the advantage of using ACL. So ACL is very important in terms of permissions. You can control it to whom you want to give. So next class we will cover IP addressing. Hey, what happened? Any internet goes out. So,